GVM has been getting ready for the heavy online shopping season, and this next product is worthy of any media creator's attention, especially for $69.90 at the time of shooting this video. The GVM 7SM dual-sided RGB LED on-camera video light is becoming more and more popular, and when they reached out to me, I was very excited to review it. So let's get started, but not until you subscribe. Let's take a quick look inside the box. I must say that when my wife and I received this in the mail, we really thought that we were getting a pretty pristine quality item, and the packaging was awesome. Sometimes first impressions are an everlasting one. Aside of the obvious light that you're going to get, and we'll talk about that in depth here shortly, you get a gel diffuser, and it can go on either side of the light. Really dig that. That will soften everything. And then you get a honeycomb gel that will direct the light, so that is pretty cool. That makes this even more versatile. It's USB-C, and the charging cable is provided. And I was also impressed that it had a mounting kit with it. And aside of this mounting kit, you get this cold shoe mount. You get another cold shoe mount that actually attaches the light to the top of this that will spin, so that I didn't figure that out until just a few minutes ago. I've got the 3M tape here, and that will go with this small stand. Now, this small stand can be mounted to the back of a monitor. You can use the tape, you can peel it off of here, put it on the monitor, and boom. It comes with this little stand, this little arm here that you just slide in, stick it to the back of a monitor, mount your light to it, and you've got all kinds of different ways that you can mount this. And it's got the desktop stand, so if you wanted to use it as a vlogging lamp, you can just place it here and place your light on top. You can use this, you can not use that, you can use just the light here in whatever orientation that you want. So they came up with a bunch of options for you. Now I'm going to put a lot of the statistics on this screen right here, so you can pause it to check it out, because I definitely don't want to bore you with death by numbers. It also has a 1/4-inch 20-pitch thread mount below the cold shoe to use with any of your other studio equipment, just as you would expect any of your other equipment to have. Why anybody would need such a device in their camera kit is fairly obvious. The build quality screams of quality with the aluminum alloy body, the unique round shape that will help disperse light more evenly than your standard square pocket lights. First off, it accommodates color temperatures from 2700 to 6500 Kelvin, and without being able to test the accuracy other than visually, my EOS R and my R5 both range from 2500 to 10,000 temperatures, so there is a likely match at any given time. Has 127 beads of LED illuminance to result in 97 CRI, that's color rating index, and the 360-degree stepless scrolling of RGB color hue and saturation allows for an entire array of color accuracy. Having designated purposes for each side just means that each side produces a better result. Pocket lights typically have everything on one side, but the beads share functions that decrease their ability to outshine the competition. See what I did there? So now you can have the best of both worlds by just turning it around. RGB on one side and more accurate color temperature on the other. I'm on business in the front and party in the back. What will I be using this for? Other than accentuating practical lighting in my videos and recreating or assisting with motivated ambiance, reception and interview lighting for weddings will eventually look a lot more balanced and professional. This light just looks cool. It brings back that old school practical business presentation that helps comfort your client. It's a shame that gear presentation can persuade a client to think you at least know what you're doing, but it's a reality. For instance, drones. Even though the DJI Mini 2 can shoot in 4K, the size can be off-putting, but if you use a much larger drone like the Autel Evo 2 Pro, you still may be only shooting in 4K, but they'll be much happier in thinking they're getting their money's worth. The 7SM can be controlled either with the compound scroll wheel to navigate the menu by holding down the wheel for 2 seconds to switch between modes, and then one single click to navigate within each mode. or use the free app that is available for Android or iOS devices. So let's take a look at the app and its functions. After you've downloaded the app, your first selection will be CCT, which is Correlated Color Temperature. Here, you can control the brightness, and then you can also control the temperature. You'll see a selection for which channel you want to be on, and I'll discuss that here in a second. Next, we have HSI, which is Hue, Saturation, and Intensity. Again, being able to dial in that proper brightness and color desired. Next, we have Scenes. Here, you switch from lightning, candle, bad bulb, disco, cop car, TV, party, and paparazzi. Within this same menu, you can choose not only the brightness, but how quickly you wish each scene to adjust, blink, or change. The last menu in the app allows you to save your preset functions to use at a later time. Now, back to that channel option. You can marry 2 or more of these devices to work in tandem, but, and I say but, the same app controls my panel lights and uses GVM2 connections, so wouldn't you think it would be wise to make their entire product line cross-compatible if each one carries the GVM2 app option? This light is so much more fun and versatile from other camera lights that I've used, but there's always going to be something we wish it would do. Asking for a firmware update to add cross-compatibility amongst their own devices is a feasible request, and maybe we can see this in either future models or firmware updates. If you're wondering if it's easy to just switch sides, it's quite easy to just spin it on the provided mount with very little strain on the cold shoe mount adapter. So I think this is an amazing piece of equipment, especially for the cost if you're thinking of getting this. Please use my affiliate link below so I can receive a small kickback at no cost to you. Thanks again for watching, and please consider sticking around by subscribing so you can keep up with some of the latest Midpoint Media technology to help you with your studio and media needs. We have a very cool piece of audio tech coming next week, so please stay tuned, and until then, have a great and safe Halloween.